That's coming later this year to Switch 2. Again, came from Rhys on our show, and now he dropped Crimson Desert, which is kind of crazy. The Crimson Desert topic kind of came up randomly when we were talking about our gaming game plan, because it's one of the games we're looking forward to this year and one of our most hyped games out of PAX West. And Rhys just couldn't help himself. He had to throw in there that he's looking forward to playing it on Switch 2. It's pretty interesting, guys. Obviously, a little inside baseball on how that all happened, but I think it's kind of cool. Now, I didn't tell you about this story in our beginning of the video because, hey, I don't want to tell you about everything before we get to it. There's actually going to be a 35th anniversary for Sonic celebration. So Sega announced some stuff today, and it says, one of the most iconic and beloved brands in the industry is thrilled to announce its 35th anniversary this year. Since its debut in 1991, Sonic has defined generations with his signature speed, attitude, and style, expanding far beyond his innovative video game origins and into new characters and worlds, blockbuster films, animated television, music, merchandise, and more. To commemorate the festivities, Sega released a new anniversary trailer, which you're already watching, to build hype and rewind through Sonic's best moments. And here's like a quote: "We're incredibly proud to celebrate 35 years of our beloved Sonic franchise with our fans," said Marcella Churchill, Vice President of Sega and Atlas Brand Marketing at Sega of America. "This milestone is not just a reflection of our past, but also a look forward to the future as we continue to innovate and grow. We want to bring our community together and create memorable experiences for our fans throughout." Additional 35th anniversary inspired content, partnerships, collectibles, and fan experiences will be revealed throughout the year. Head to the official Sonic the Hedgehog 35th anniversary website, news and updates, and we'll just take a small glance at that website here. You can see some pretty cool stuff going on here. Obviously, there's been no official game announcements at this point, but they're planning a celebration. Wouldn't be shocked if we see some game announcements later this year when things are more ready, but I'm really just happy to see all of that going on. Next up, we have a couple stories for Resident Evil Requiem. Again, they had a showcase for it today, about 13 minutes long. People seem to be buzzing and excited over that showcase. Part of the reason is because it reveals differences in the gameplay between Grace and Leon. These are the two main characters you could play as throughout the adventure. We're over here at GameSpot reading this, but I'm actually going to put up some of the gameplay footage from the 13 minutes, so I'm just going to kind of read here. Capcom's Resident Evil Requiem showcase didn't reveal much about the story, but it did go into detail on how the game will change depending on which character you're playing, and the title will introduce new difficulty settings to the franchise. The new heroine, Grace Ashcroft, will represent a more classic, horror-focused approach to gameplay, similar to Resident Evil 2 and 6, but when players control Leon S. Kennedy, the tone of the game will shift more to an action-oriented style like Resident Evil 4. So kind of a play the game your way. It doesn't sound like players will get to choose which character they'll control, since certain parts of the story are meant for one or the other. Although Grace is physically weaker than Leon, she will have some abilities to make up for that. She will be able to craft weapons using the blood of the infected, and when Grace needs to shoot her way out of trouble, she'll have a powerful gun called Requiem to fall back on. To keep players from relying only on Requiem, the ammo will be limited.